Kamusta, hello, namaskar. Is it possible that $1 is equal to 1 peso? And if it yes, then what will be effect on our life? There was a time around 1950 when $1 is equal to 2 peso. And then the value of peso keep on degrading and now $1 is equal to 51.25 peso. So the question is, what is happening and what effect will happen if $1 is equal to 1 peso? We'll see in this video. Before we start, before we know this information video, I researched a lot, I worked a lot. This is real my hard work. Please, those who are watching, I request you all, please subscribe me. If you are new, please subscribe me. If you are already my subscriber, please keep on watch my videos and hit the bell icon. And as well as I request you all, please share to whatever social media you're watching. So without doing any further ado, let's start the video. Let's start from the basic. Conversion rate between two currencies is called exchange rate. There are mainly three types of exchange rate: fixed exchange rate, floating exchange rate, and maintained exchange rate. Let's talk about first fixed exchange rate. Fixed exchange rate is totally controlled by the government. Government will determine what can be the rate of the currency. It's not by demand and supply. What is floating exchange rate? Let me try to make you understand with an example. Assume that you and me will live on two different islands. One is India and another is Philippines islands. We both grow different vegetables on our islands. I grow corn on my islands and you grow tomatoes on your island. We both create our currency. You create tomato points and I create corn points. I grow 100 corns, so I have 100 corn points, and you grow 100 tomatoes, so you have 100 tomato points. Now you want my corn and I want your tomato. So we both decide that between us the conversion rate will be 1 into 1. It means 1 corn is equal to 1 tomato. So it means 100 corn is equal to 100 tomato. Now, after several months, you do lot of hard work and you grow now 200 tomatoes. And I don't do any hard work and I can only grow like before 100 corns only. Now, suddenly your currency value is higher because you have extra more tomatoes. On the other side, I like your tomatoes, so I want it. I have a demand of it. And then you say, we will supply you tomato, but the new exchange rate will be 1 tomato points is equal to 2 corn points. Here you have demand and you are able to supply also. On the other hand, my growing capacity is less and I have expense more. So that's why your economy is getting stronger and stronger. Now with the growing economy, you learn how to grow mango also on your island. And in fact, you also learn how to make dish out of tomato and mango. And you made mango salad, which we call ensaladang manga. Now let's take it more further. Just think, one foreigner comes to our island and he sees that on my island there is only corn and also less supply capacity. Whereas on your island you have more supply of tomato as well as mango and you also make full dish out of it. So he like to come eat and do business with you. So you tell him, if you want to buy the salad, you have to buy first my currency, then only it can happen. And he buy it. And by that again, the value of your tomato points get increased. And he thinks, now next time if I want salad, let's buy currency and keep it with me. And he also tells about you to others and others also want to buy your salad. So For that, they have to buy your tomato points first. That's how everyone wants to buy your currency. There will be a big hike in your supply. Again, value of your currency will increase. So this way on supply and demand, floating exchange rate works. In today's world, everyone wants to buy and have dollars. That is why the value of dollar is more. And the last one is managed exchange rate. In this, the rate changes according to demand and supply, but up to one limit. The government has fixed one limit up to it can fluctuate. So it's like not fixed and not free. But in reality, there are many reasons which affects the exchange rate of the currency, like unemployment rate, inflation rate, GDP, manufacturing of the country, export, import. There are many reasons which decide and which affects the exchange rate of the currency. Interesting here is in most of the countries before 1970 there was a fixed exchange rate. Here is the full table. You can see in which year which type of exchange rate the Philippines adopted. Around 1970s the rate was $1 is equal to 3.92 peso, and before that around 1950 there was $1 is equal to 2 pesos. And then every year this rate got increased. There are many reasons, but one of the main reason is also Philippines always involved in so many wars. Look at this table. Philippines involved in Korean War between 1950 to 1953. Operation Tomahawk around 1951. Battle of Yutlong. Battle of Imjin River, Vietnam War between 1964 to 1973, Communist rebellion in the Philippines, Moro insurgency, and there are many small and big involvements. The big or small war, it does affect economy. I remember clearly that my grandpa used to tell me that a war brings country 10 years back. And if you want to see in how many wars Philippines was involved, there is a full website, full list given down below in description. Just click on there and you can see full list. Around 1950 to 1970, Philippines government wanted to develop and wanted to do infrastructure, and also they expend a lot of money behind development, but they did not got return out of it. And because of that, they had to take loans from different countries. So as we just talked, that government is not getting money out of whatever development they did, how would they pay the loan? So to pay the loan, they have to devalue the currency. And let me show you how this devaluation works. For example, I take 100 peso loan from you and almost expense everything. Now, how I will repay the loan? I don't have 100 peso. But do not forget that I am government. I can control the value and volume of the currency. I am Filipino government. So what I do? I print more peso, and that is why the supply of peso will increase. But along with that, the value of peso will decrease in international market. And because I print lot of money, the exchange rate, which was before 1:1, now turn into 1:10. And on the other hand, in my pocket now I have 300 pesos. So what I will do? I will pay my loan to you from that 300 peso. But in reality, the value of currency got devalued, got decreased. Now a lot of people get confused between devaluation of money and depreciation of money. When because of external factors the value of currency get decreased is called depreciation. What is external factors? Such as political killings, the international price of some goods that is not in country's hand, that is called depreciation of money. And ultimately it affects the value of the currency of that country. So this is how devaluation of currency works. Loan is just one of the reasons why government do devaluation. There are so many other reasons, like how dollar is getting more stronger and stronger, political killings, economic crisis. In Philippines history, there are 4 big crises, and there is one big global recession which came in 2008 is also affecting the economy of all the countries. If these things happens, investors lose their faith and their trust into the country and to the government. And that is why devaluation of currency is the only way for governments. Now think what will happen if $1 is equal to 1 peso. Your vacation will be really cheap. You can go anywhere in the world without having any trouble. And that is also affect the visa policies of the countries. You can shop whatever you want, how much you can want. The materials will be really cheap. For example, iPhone 13 Pro in Philippines, I think it's right now the price is like 70 to 76,000 peso, right? And in US it's 999, somewhere it's 1,000, somewhere is $980. You can buy that same iPhone 13 Pro in just 999 peso. Just think. Another good thing is study. You can have a higher education in whatever country you want. So now you must be thinking, wow, everything is so cheap, the life will be so good. But that's not the fact. Let me tell you the another side of $1 is equal to 1 peso. Now, when and why any foreign investors come into your country? When they see that we can have profit out of it. For example, if they are having less manufacturing prices, they are having cheap labor, they are having less taxes, the services are less costly, then and then only foreign investors will come. If $1 is equal to 1 peso, why any foreign investors will come? Because they don't see any profit there. For example, if they are paying in states one engineer $500, and in Philippines also if they give that work to that particular engineer and he will also charge 500, then why they will come and give work in the Philippines? So that is also a bad side of equal currency rate. So now you must be thinking that what is good? Devaluation is good or equal rate is good? What is good? In fact, it's vary to country to country. It's different country wise. For example, China. China is the biggest manufacturer in whole world. So what they want? They want that buyers comes, investors comes, they buy our product, they buy our services. So for them, devaluation is good for the country, good for the economy. So for the China, devaluation, less price of yen is good. Now in whole world, among big economics, the discussion is going on whether the devaluation is good or equalization is good of currency. If I tell you frankly, the country who exports more, for example China, for them devaluation of currency is good. But the country like Philippines and India, we import more. So for us, less devaluation of currency is good. So when I was thinking about India, I thought, let me see, India is import country. So we must be having so many troubles in the economy. So when I was searching, I found out that India is getting so much revenue from service sector, especially from IT sectors. India really wants that whole world buy their services so their revenue can be so more. So it's a huge discussion that devaluation is good or devaluation is not good. Let's see here about the Philippines. Philippines exports is 86.6 billion and import is 127 billion. Philippines' top imports are integrated circuits, refined petroleum, cars, crude petroleum, broadcasting equipments, and Philippines is importing mostly from China, Japan, South Korea, and United States, Singapore. And they are exporting what? They are exporting integrated circuits, office, machine parts, insulated wires, semiconductor devices, electrical transformers, and they are mostly exporting to China, United States, Japan, Hong Kong, and Singapore again. So, what is the moral of the story? The moral of the story is we should give more focus on what we are capable of exporting, and we should lessen our imports. We should develop our infrastructure, we should develop our industries, our service sector, so we do not have to import more and we are able to export more, and that's how our country or any country can be stronger. So this is my just try to show you what will happen if $1 is equal to 1 peso. Please comment me, please tell me how did you like this video. If you have any question, you can always comment me. I am here for you. I am here to talk with you. And if you like my work, if you like my hard work, please I request, if you are watching from YouTube, please subscribe me, hit the bell icon, share it, and I have also given my Facebook page link down there. Please click on there, follow me. And if you are watching from Facebook, I request you, please down there is a YouTube channel link. Please subscribe me and do not forget to share and hit the bell icon. See you in another interesting video. Till then, goodbye.